Hello everyone and welcome back to the Mordheim Faction Chronicles. We're here today taking a look at the game Valentin against Abbadon, and Valentin playing as the Witch Hunters, Abbadon playing as the Mercenaries. You can see the morale in the top left corner, 218 to 204. We are in game 3 of cycle 3. And it's going to be very interesting seeing these two combatants going on along each other. This should be pretty even to one another, which I very much like. There are always some games where you don't have that. We have an injury there, megalomania on one of the units. Sometimes you don't really get too much. So this is based on the win ratio. Sometimes you have opponents that are a little bit uneven in rating, but they are even when it comes to the win ratio, and the win ratio is more or less the only thing that really counts here. Going into this game, I believe Abbadon has 10 games played and 5 victories, and Valentin has 9 games played and 5 victories. Gonna be more important, of course. I hear we got a message from Valentin saying that both players did pick up Crush Their Will as their actual objective. You can say that, which is strange considering it is scavengers. But this is a map where both of the wagons are relatively close to one another. You can see that here. It's not impossible to reach, especially if you carry the idol with you. It's not impossible to take it and reach the wagon, especially with exhaustion. So it is a decent map for this, and of course both of the players, they really require Crush Their Will at the moment. That is one of the last things that the Witch Hunters need to get level 5, while the Mercenaries, well, they're not going to make the playoffs unless they start getting some, and they need 4 of the Crush Their Wills. If they get the first Crush the Will here, they will reach up to level 2, so they are quite far behind right now, which means that the Witch Hunters, in addition to the win ratio and how they have developed their respective warbands, also have a little bit of a disadvantage here. Remember that the Witch Hunters have the option to take off one of the henchmen. I'm not sure they've done that. No, it seems like he's fielding a full team. We're gonna see when the units start moving around, but the Witch Hunters level 5 reward. Oh yeah, they don't have the level 5 reward, I'm sorry. It's my mistake. But what they do have is that they have 2 fire bombs added to their team, so they can spread it out on any character. They could add some to the leader as well. The leader can carry unlimited amount of consumables, the only one who can, but the Witch Hunters can also field 2 fire bombs on some other characters, 1 firebomb on 2 characters, or 2 firebombs on a single character. And it's usually best to have that on the henchman. But we'll see how he has developed team. It's important to see if the middle buildings here that we see to the left, if you can pass through that. Already sees 2 units, alright. I'm gonna expect some cautious moving around here, but that is all normal and par for the course. So as we said, ignore the objectives that we see here. It's not marked for death, it is Crush Their Will that Valentin is trying to get. Well, this is interesting. It seems like he's trying for some sort of pincer maneuver here. He's spreading out his team. You can see it, they're going on in each different direction, all the way around the center area, but we'll see how Abbadon responds to that. Remember that on Scavengers here, he has been able to play some of the units, but they need to be out in buildings. And it's possible that he's gonna be... Yeah, we see a flintlock here on the Youngblood. It's possible that he wants to pull up his whole team into one little clump here. And that's very common. That is very common. A lot of players do that right away as soon as they can, especially if they're scattered. And I hope by this extension he can somehow get to where he wants. The key to spreading out like this and doing a pincer maneuver is that you don't want to be overwhelmed by someone who puts all of their units into one spot. You want to negate space as much as possible. So using, for example, where the flagellant, top flagellant here is just in a door opening or some place where only one character can attack them at a time, unless there's a warlock, of course, is a relatively good decision here, especially if Abbadon is trying to commit with a lot of the units, and then you free up some units, maybe you can get down to the wagon itself. Seems that the idols are still there. You can see that from the little yellow symbol on the wagons. There's a book on the witch hunters in the top right, and there is a little shield on the mercenaries ones. I have a double dagger here. It is a bit of an unusual setup here for Valentin, you have to say that. No warrior priest. Instead opting for a wolf priest is a more offensive choice. You don't have the armor of righteousness and the deny the heretic, which are purely defensive spells. Instead you have Ulrich's gift, for instance, which is somewhat defensive, but it's more or less about the damage bonus that Ulrich's gave, what it gives here. And you can also use Frostbite to take away 3 blue pills, effectively negating big stances like Web of Steel, defensive stance, or sidestep on henchmen, because they only have 6 blue pills to begin with, and losing 3 means that they are unable to use those as they cost 4. I see the Youngblood moving around. Wow, he's really going far at it as well. He's probably trying to go up here in the top and hoping that he is covered, getting towards the wagon, a sneaky run by. But Valentin sees everything, and he should realize that that is the case as well, because he has been spotted, and if he spots some units, then he can be pretty sure that he is being spotted as well. See another one using flintlock weapons here. Lorenzo the Gambler. I kind of like the names here of Valentin's units. Let's see if we can manage to find some other units here. Maybe it is where's the captain? Let's see if we can find a captain here on the minimap. This is over there, so he is spreading out a little bit. Yeah, I think we can scrap that. It seems to be he's moving in a trying to move everyone into the same group, just as we were talking about. Bunching up all of the units at once. It's going to be interesting to see what the Witch Hunters will do of this level 5 reward if they manage to get it here with Valentin. They have the option on the level 5 to take away. Both players need to only field 4 henchmen instead of 5, so they need to take 1 henchman away, which is generally a good thing for the Witch Hunters, as their henchmen are considered somewhat weak compared to most of the other warbands. But they have a stronger hero selection. So if they do, yeah, he has this kind of hybrid thing going for him with most of his characters, and it's not a bad thing, because you do get enough ballistic skill and weapon skill on these units, and if you don't want to invest in accuracy, fine. Not that many people have a lot of dodge anyway. But yeah, so they do take away 1 henchman from the opponent as well as 1 henchman from themselves, and then they can replace that henchman with a level 0 henchman, so they still have a numerical advantage, but it's very slight. And it will be interesting to see how they utilize that. I think they should use it quite a lot. It is purely a benefit for the Witch Hunters, but we'll see how they react once they get it. We already know that Undead have a very similar reward, but it concerns heroes instead. So you take away a hero for both teams, and then they replace that hero with a level 0 henchman, which is not that bad for the Undead either, because they can use a zombie or a ghoul, and they can buff up either one of those. Yeah, he might want to be very aggressive here, Valentin. We don't really know the movement of some of these units, but they do seem to be that he favors heavy armor. And has he actually gotten knowledge Mordheim and armor proficient on all of his warriors? Has Abbadon done that? That's a question we are asking ourselves, because I don't think he has. And that means he's going to have movement 5 on these warriors, and since one of them is in the very yeah, he's even seen the entire warband here of Valentin. It appears. It could be that Valentin has had... no, he can't, can he? Yeah, he could have had a unit that... could have had a warrior priest that were lost in PV, and he's replaced in with the Witch Hunter. The Witch Hunter hero, which you could have hired at any level at any time in this tournament. It's nice to see them. Yeah, it might generally be favorable for him to try and attack Constantine here. Remember that Constantine is already moved, so he can see exactly... Yeah, he's not moving away, so... Considering that the warrior and the captain and youngblood are all in the top corner, if he can get there, it might be 1 or 2 turns before he actually gets there. Well, inventory is full. And another one, switching weapons here, is the hybrid tactic of Valentin. Don't know too many players that do this kind of builds, this hybrid thinking. I did see V Fenry doing that in the BBL 3, but it's never really panned out for him. I mean, as long as you can keep up this skirmishing thing here and you do damage and retreat and your opponent's coming to you, as long as you do that, it's okay. But you're gonna... If you want to attack and you have to switch weapons, you're gonna have to lose a few blue and red pills here. Which is fine for most characters if you switch to a one-handed and shield and they have one red pill left over. And they're not really losing that much. You see the 19 initiative here, that is guaranteed to be a Wolf Priest. Wolf Priests are one of the few characters, I think it's probably the only character that starts with 2 alertness. Meaning that if you put a heavy armor and a -10 two-handed weapon on them, they end up with 19 initiative, and it's the only one that seems to do that. So, pretty sure that is going to be a Wolf Priest. Almost no one puts in any kind of alertness onto the Wolf Priests. They can reach a maximum of 9. It's not a bad choice, but they do tend to favor intelligence and leadership, despite having the leadership boost already from their passive. And the only reason we saw the 49 here is because of double daggers. So you can see it, he has not even invested in that himself. If he switches to Valentin, that is, switches from double daggers to a two-handed weapon, he will also be at 19 initiative. Going -20 from losing the double dagger initiative bonus. That means he's not down to 29, and then -10 for a two-handed heavy weapon, going down to 19 as well. So no alertness on that Wolf Priest either. I think it would be suicide to go straight ahead here. He wants to pull down left. Did we see that? We caught a little bit of a glimpse here on the mercenary's wagon. It seems as he has carried his idol with him. Yeah, I don't know what that's going to accomplish. Would you prefer a more offensive stance here, or... I mean, if he wants to protect his idol, couldn't he have taken it with him in that case? And if you can see that in the top left corner here, the idol of the mercenaries have been picked up by some unit. I hope we can get off to somewhat explosive start here, considering the locations and the very aggressive push that Valentin has been going on with. It must be a mistake to leave the Templar that far behind. I mean, yeah, this Templar. But the first round is almost over. Is the Wolf Priest here of Abbadon about to move somewhere? We will see. It's very rare for various characters to have 2 in a specific attribute. I don't think there are anyone else that has 2 in alertness, and very few that have 2 in anything. I think Warp Guards have 2 in ballistic skill, which makes them pretty good as they are, because they can't increase that, so they get 1 more martial points to put somewhere else, unlike many other characters that also can't use the ranged weapon like Dark Souls. That
a new round has started.
Well, everyone who can't use ballistic weapons have to start with 3 ballistic skill, except for the Warp Guards, who can use ranged weapons if they want to. That was a quick delay, 73. Yeah, he does see the young blood here, and no surprise if he's actually in some sort of Overwatch here. Do you really want to risk this, Demon Slayer? Yes, it seems like you want to. He's getting more and more isolated, isn't he? Yeah, no need for that. Well, not quite, but he's getting there. He is getting there. Maybe maybe the wolf priest himself can reach that warrior. Alright, and we do have first blood here. Not entirely unexpected. Might see another shot. Yes, we do. Yeah, he's right out there all alone here, but yeah, if you get some support by Eldramis here, but do you really want to separate your team like that? I mean, it's not that bad, considering where Abbadon's position is. He's also a bit spread out, and oh wow, yeah, a bit sorry about that. The top left corner of the screen, we have to ignore that. It's Discord chat, and since we're following this from Valentin's perspective, it's his chat that he hasn't turned off. Discord has this annoying notifications feature that you need to turn off if you don't want it to be coming up all over your screen whenever someone says anything. Maybe he tries to go for the flagellant with the captain here. Maybe you can actually reach him. Yeah, I probably could. All right. Very odd committal there. Yeah, we do have the warrior, and we have I don't know, why is he going towards the idol? Because he knows that the idol is already taken. Alright, so yeah, I'm completely I don't really know what he's doing. Why is he disengaging from this? Only to charge in again? Yeah, I mean, the only reason would be to lock him down here, but... Alright, yeah, maybe that is the whole thing. Locking down the warrior, but it seems like he took more than he did wear a helmet. He might have pretty bad all alone stats, even if we know that it was buffed with idol. Yeah, probably needs to hit Humbert here. I would hit him with Trial of Pain and then do an Overwatch, possibly. I mean, do you really... You don't really need to be this forward. I don't think he needs to be this forward, because now he can't retreat, right? I mean, he could just have been behind the flagellant here and gone into some sort of Overwatch. Because this is just... wow, yeah, if he could hit the Wolf Priest, he should have hit the Wolf Priest with the Trial instead. 15% crit chance did not pan out, but that is one exposed Witch Hunter hero. I believe we have seen Lorenzo the Gambler fight before, but I don't think it worked out too well for him. Remember, we had another game here with Valentin uploaded, and it was a game that he won when he faced off against, was it Stormraven, I think? Very fun, close game. Yeah, it's just bad positioning. Look how far away most of his units are. Bit of a conundrum here. He probably doesn't want to fight with the double daggers, and as soon as he switches, he's gonna go below the warrior, meaning that the warrior gonna get two rounds of attacks off in a row here, and Web of Steel too. I don't think this looks too bad for Abbadon, to be honest. I mean, both of the engagements are kind of in his favor right now. Yes, they can isolate one of these warriors here, but remember that the flagellant in the top north has also taken quite a bit of damage, and it evens it out. Should at very least. Let's see. Should probably do a charge here then. Now this is something that really confuses me. Like, why do you have a firebomb on the Templar? Oh, we seem to be stuck. No, okay, there we go. 55%. Managed it twice. Yeah, I think it would have been worth charging in and using all of the red pillars, even if you have a minus 10% hit chance on one of those attacks. 77. Still pretty decent to do a little bit of extra damage. Yeah, you can reach this warrior. But as you can see, Lorenzo the Gambler here can be targeted by the corner here to his left. It remains to be seen. He probably needs to go in here with one of the warriors, unless he's gonna face an all alone check here soon. Alright, what is he thinking? Probably thinking, oh, I wish I hadn't changed my guy into a ranged weapon. Yeah, why not? Take the shot. Alright, but there is no one who can come through here, is there? Unless they come out from the wagon side. We don't really know where all of these question marks are right now, but the path with Lorenzo the Gambler and that Zealot, it's completely blocked. Cancelling the All Alone. It's a good choice. A very good choice. But since he has Trial of Pain, he elects not to attack for this round. Yeah, it's not that much of a surprise, Hebe. Even if you're not specifically watching this game. That Wolf Priest looks menacing. It looks very menacing. Focusing on Lorenzo. I think this is an indication of what the Wolf Priest is gonna do to that guy. Alright, are you going to go up and attack the captain, or what are you doing here? Alright, so he does feel threatened. This is another thing, like the other oil bomb is on his other Templar. Like, why are the oil bombs on the Templars? I don't really get it. I mean, the sole purpose of this reward here is to get some nice attacks from the oil bombs out. You do a lot of damage with that, but you put it on a unit that doesn't typically do too much damage, so it's not that wasted. For instance, you put it most likely on one of the Zealots. But no, that was not his idea here. Oh. Well, he's up against the wall, but I don't think there's any unit that can really reach this position. And you have another oil bomb, but this is an oil bomb of a better quality. Should have put it on someone else instead of bringing blue ones in. A nice thing with the blue and purple oil bombs is that they do stack. If you throw 5 purple oil bombs on top of each other on a character, they will only take fire damage once, because they will only be on fire once. But if you have a blue and a purple one, they do count as being on fire twice. See, this was a really poor move by Lorenzo. He's basically sacrificing a hero for very little gain. Prevented the unit here from moving, from attacking one turn, a henchman. Clearly not worth it. Clearly not worth it. I think Valentin should be realizing that as well. Taking a lot of damage. Yeah, the Wolf Priest is definitely gonna go in there and finish him off. Why wouldn't he? Yeah, I don't really know, chat people of Valentin. That is kind of the same issue I have with some of these players in the tournament. With organizing games. Well, we do see the idol Ingomar Biswang has it. Alright, that is the champion. Okay, and he elects not to go in and kill Lorenzo, or... Really? Really, you're just putting yourself in the house here. Why don't you go and attack Lorenzo? Because the Wolf Priest is gonna do it, but... I think... Yeah, the big question is why is Valentin having the Steam chat up? But he's about to get punished in another way. 47. Can the Wolf Priest actually kill him? I'm not so sure. He should have gone in with the champion. You see, he can't even kill Lorenzo. So he is going to survive this. Because it seems like that is a position that he can... Oh, that was so close. A mastered frostbite would have killed him. But 85% chance of doing that, and it's not guaranteed. And we see the classic guard stance.
A new round has started.
A Wolf Priest, and it's mastered as well. It can be a very tough nut to crack, that Wolf Priest. See how tough... the Wolf Priest of Valentin is. We see a Warlock coming in. So that is a 73. Does he have an area of effect spell? He must have something mastered right now, and it's probably lightning, right? Alright, so we have a 1-0 kill here, and it is a hero, and that was a basic lightning, and you deserve that for not mastering lightning. It might be... I mean, it could have gone for something else though. While lightning has the most use all-purpose here, it could be that Abbadon is focused on Curse of Rust, maybe. It's a very powerful spell as well, particularly in the climate that we see here. A lot of people do focus on... Yeah, do you really want to jump down there? Seems like the captain can really easily reach you here and just kill you off. Well, there's an all alone here for that seal out, and he has a helmet. He might not be the best character in the world to handle that all alone. Might need to plug the gap here. But if you go in against the Wolf Priest, you're still gonna face the all alone check. Purple pistols. Very good actually for a ranged witch hunter. It's very good because they do have a lot of accuracy. So he's casting it all alone. See if we can make use of all of the ranged weapons here on the standard Warlock. Needs to even this out, and he doesn't want to get to know what that Warlock has in store for him. So we see the captain going to move here, probably going to finish off that flagellant that is very separated. Alright, alright. Where are you? So I'm going to trade down here. Can do another strong blow if he wants to. Yeah, I can't really kill him, but can get close enough. Decides not to. What is he gonna use the last red pill? Is he gonna switch weapons again? Yes, he is. Right? Yeah, that's the only reason he saved that. I didn't really catch that. Like, where did the captain put himself in ambush? Probably wants to keep the all alone check here. Alright, so you see the captain running after the objective. That's what he's doing. Oh, we can hear the unit, but I mean, there is an opportunity here for the flagellant to go and tie down the Youngblood. Now that the captain is a little bit out of position and he might be engaged to the Templar. I mean, I have no illusions that the flagellant is going to keep him there unless he has sidestep. Because the flagellant is still pretty easy to hit. Remember, no shield. Even for a ranged character. Pretty easy to hit. Yeah, if the Wolf Priest commits here, I might see a dead flagellant as well. That looks really rough to get in on, like Web of Steel on many of these warriors, if not all of them. See, 9 to 11 damage, and that's just because you have barely any ballistic skill. Like 6 ballistic skill. Wouldn't even it have been a lot better to switch weapons at this point and get in on the actual fight? Or at the very least move up and shoot a little bit at the Warlock. Like, he doesn't have a purple heavy armor. He's not worth shooting at. Like, it's 10 damage. Yeah. Why don't you just move up and target the Warlock? Might be doing that now. And when he finally has a good shot, it's time to switch weapons. Alright. Alright. Better if you moved up there and shot at the Warlock instead. I'm terribly sorry about this, I don't know, discussion in the top left corner. Doing a bit of damage. This Wolf Priest has not been good for Valentin. It's not been really good. And now I have Web of Steel here again. Can you do some shooting here on the Warlock? It's another one with only 6 ballistic skill. Is that what they start with? I'm not so sure. I don't think they start that high, do they? No, they don't. So he has put in some points in the ballistic skill as a secondary. Just keeps focusing on the Wolf Priest. Like there's a stunned Warlock a few feet behind him. Just shoot at him. Even have quick reload. Which is surprising, but it means that he has actually doubled down on this hybrid move. I don't get that. So he's choosing not to reload and then he's putting himself in a more vulnerable position than he would be if he had been reloading. So it was a double mistake there. You can see Burn the Witch being available for Richard the Mad. Unfortunately, he can't get in on anyone that is a spellcaster. Like the Wolf Priest would have been an excellent choice. Yeah. Oh, it's a clever little move, I have to say. Yeah, you can lock down the Warlock here, can't you? Yeah, that looks like you can't disengage from it. And Burn the Witch is a perfect target right now. And manages a critical hit. That's pretty good, even if he's not gonna do any melee or shooting. Still good to be able to do that. It was a nice move by Valentin. Now he just needs a way to plug that gap, because that Flagellant is not gonna hold it. And manages a miss here. So they are even on high 80s chances to kill a target. That was very close. Might want to help your fellow warrior here who's gonna face an all alone check. The Flagellant might be a good choice here for being shot at, since he doesn't have much in the way of armor, so he's going to take a lot of damage. Could also shoot at his Zealot here. He's easy to hit compared to many other ones. He doesn't have the minus 30% hit chance for being in melee. Or of course you can shoot at the exposed Zealot. Yeah, that is a good choice. 6% chance, manages it, does a critical hit. I don't know why he didn't reload with that guy. Yeah, now he's really hurting. And even if the open wounds here, they do hurt a lot, because they drastically decrease the effectiveness of the character as the game goes along. think he might be tempted to go in here and continue shooting on the exposed zealot on top there. If he just reloaded. But that's what makes it fun. I kind of like these games of the players that are in the middle of the ranking. Seem to be a whole lot of fun involved. They do play a lot more aggressively. I don't really know what all of the top players are doing right now, but a lot of them seem to enjoy just hiding behind corners and playing 2.5-hour games. But this is fun, I think. Very aggressive move by both. Both of them are trying to get crush their will. They're actively moving for it and doing all they can. I mean, we saw Valentin moving towards the wagon, and very quickly then he saw that a character already picked it up, so he's trying to punch through that. While Abbadon was also trying to sneak around, spreading out his warband to get to the wagon, so that the idol was taken, and keeps following the Templar that took it. Yeah, he can't get out of that. Takes a little bit of damage though. It's not all that bad to engage in that situation, but alright. Seems to want to... Let's see if we can do a charge this time, making use of the last red pill. Remember, there is a web of steel on this warrior. Yes, use a strong blow then. A strong blow is good. Strong blow is a good opening here because it's minus 20% parry. You might need that to punch through, and it actually manages to land. Very nice. Another normal attack then, 53%. That's not a bad oil bomb, but it would have been much better if the Zealot had casted that. That is a good target. Should have hit him a long time ago. Manages a critical hit, also very good. So he has 2 open wounds right now. Needs to be careful of where he's gonna put this character now, because he doesn't want to be caught up against a wall. He wants to keep being able to disengage or flee as the situation requires. And no, the previous one was pretty good. That is pretty bad. I mean, imagine if the Wolf Priest just walks around now and engages him. Alright, coming up, is it gonna help and deny the all alone check here? Maybe do attack the Wolf Priest? Yes, he does. 31 of 71. What about a second attack? Oh wow, yeah, this is going very much downhill for Valentin right now. He's lost 2 heroes and he hasn't done much in return. I mean, he's done a bit of damage on some of these units and they are going to go down, but right now it's the 2 hero deficit. I also like that switch. That's a plus 15 initiative for that champion. Oh no, this is so bad for Valentin. That was another really poor move by him, and it's just adding up right now. One poor move after another, and I'm not sure if I should feel sorry, if I should just feel like that is how it is, because Abbadon is I mean, he's not playing perfectly, but he is taking advantage of all of the little issues that are here. Yeah, I don't know really what that was for. I mean, it's a nice little extra bit of damage, sure, on a character that has a lot of armor. But the -3 blue pills probably won't play into effect here. Unless he has insult and some sort of big stance with 4 blue pills. They can't use both. That was very good for Valentin. So he has a warrior with Web of Steel tying down this Templar, who you're also giving Frostbite to. Maybe he could move closer here and maybe get in on the cornered Witch Hunter Captain. But he has to, if he's gonna go for the objective though, he needs to really focus on... I don't think you can disengage from here, can you? I mean, it is technically possible because we did, like the round circle around him, we didn't see it actually being hit by the wall. Yeah, exactly, so it was just enough. Sometimes that is a little bit iffy. So let's see what kind of mastered spell this Warlock has gotten. Should have something at least. I think it is Curse of Rust. If it doesn't have Lightning, it should be Curse of Rust. The 2 most popular spells for the Warlock. Alright, so we do see Curse of Rust, but it's not mastered either. I mean, has he mastered Blinding Light? Is that what he's done? Like, why have 2 basic spells when he could have... Or maybe he was too eager when he got the spell points and he didn't want to wait for getting them mastered. Instead he just aggressively pushed to get more spells. I don't think that's a winning strategy for Abbadon for playing this. Can he reach this? Can he reach this? No. Yeah, he can. Alright. That is a good choice though. Tagging down one of the marksmen is doing a lot of damage, but this is a flagellant. Remember that. He's gonna take a lot of damage in return. Even the basic marksman can, with some weapons, hit him on a 90% chance probably, and or at least 80%. Why flee? I mean, don't you want him to stay in the cloud? Okay, so he takes damage by himself. Moving in on, yeah, I mean, it's not a bad choice. It's not all that bad. Like, focusing here. Can he kill off the Warlock? Is that possible? Let's see. Well, it's gonna be tough. 30. So, what kind of damage does he do? 29 to 33. He needs the maximum one, and he does it! He does it, so he equalizes amount of heroes here, and maybe he can even tie down that juicy marksman that he wants to get. Isn't that the marksman that has the idol? One of them has the idol and both of them are locked down. Even despite the lead here for Abbadon right now, I think that considering the position of... Wait, he doesn't have... Okay, so it's the topmost marksman that has the idol, and then... Isn't it? Yeah, because we don't see the icon on the lower one, but we don't see it on the top one either, but that's because one of the blue circles is overshadowing him. 10% more melee resistance given to Aldremis Lionheart. But what I do like about this for Abbadon is that despite this little advantage here, for both of them trying to get Crush the Will. It is an advantage for Abbadon that both of the idols are currently very close to his wagon, as opposed to what it is for Valentin. So even if Valentin manages to get that marksman and takes the idol, he then needs to get this marksman free from 2 units and then get up and put it back, and I don't think he can do that. No, I definitely don't think he can do that. Not such a low chance, it's barely worth shooting at. Can't you do some sort of aim? Oh, you have moved quite a bit, but... Wow, manages a pinning shot, so we can see that there is a strategy here for Abbadon. So that takes away another 3 blue pills. Remember, he was hit by frostbite, so it's -6 blue pills. That's gonna deny him any kind of stance. So I like that, but pinning shot on the young blood, he really needs to have a bow or something for the pinning shot here to be very useful. Doing a little bit of damage, 9% chance of a critical here. It's surprising that none of these little hits have started to take off. Miller takes damage, yes he does. At this point I'm not sure that Abbadon's taken more fire damage than Valentin has. Well, that's completely locking down Ingomar Beastwang, and that is the character that has the idol. I don't know, he's starting to crawl back from this, isn't he? If we only can kill this this unit here so that he can help out against the champion, holding down his high damage Witch Hunter Captain, could be something. He had what, 53% chance? And needs to do a reload. Look at this sorry state of this character. And he has, what does he have, 2, 3 open wounds? Like, he's gonna be useless as an archer and even as a melee unit now. I mean, yeah, do you even want to jump down? You're gonna take fall damage. Yeah, 3 open wounds, you can see that. Needs to avoid the fire here, of course. Pretty close right now. Yeah, clearly not a good choice. Remember, he's in a web of steel here too, so misses the counterattack. But I'm not sure it's such a good tactic, to be honest. I've never really been too much of a fan of this kind of thing. You have a weapon and you switch and you do 1 or maybe 2 two-handed attacks and you switch back. It's this kind of, that's a bit lucky. 55, go through it, goes through it again, so evens out the count at least. 2 heroes down for Valentin. or Valentin as he likes it to be named, and 1 hero and 1 henchman for Abbadon. But this kind of thing, I'm not sure I like it. I don't think it's using up all of the red pills and blue pills in an efficient manner. I know there's been players that have done a little bit of success with it, like the first, let's see, what was it? The very first, well, the only the first tournament that, no wait, who did that again? It was one of these sisters players that did this twice, two level 10 tournaments. That was Clyde. That was Clyde when he started playing. He did that a lot with all of his henchmen. He has switched weapons to a two-handed great flail, did a strong blow, and then he switched back. And that was all the attacks that he did with those characters. But I never felt it was too useful, even back then. And Clyde has certainly deviated away from that. He is playing Sisters of Sigmar here again, and I think if we've watched any of his games, he does not play that kind of style anymore. But Valentin does, and Valentin has some neat little tricks going on for him with the hybrid versions of many of his characters. Yeah, just focus fire damage here on the Witch Hunter Captain. No need to go into on the Templar here. Being a bit indecisive right now. I mean, it shouldn't be that much of a deal on who to attack here. Armor break. Armor break is a very nice skill. I mean, since a lot of people start relying a lot on armor, and believe me, it's much easier to play with armor than it is to play without. It's much more forgiving. The idea that armor is so prevalent, and as well as offensive magic in these progressive tournaments, means that players should start to counter this and start to build towards this. Like, no need to try and build the best flagellant you can ever build if you're not taking into account that there's going to be a lot of magic and it's going to be a lot of armor. And one of the great things about the champions is that they can reach 15 accuracy while also more or less maxing out on their weapon skill. I think they can get 16 weapon skill and 15 accuracy just by default. And that means if with a +4 weapon skill rune, they'd get the max amount of weapon skill and a very high accuracy. And why am I babbling on about that? Yes, because armor break is a very good skill that reduces armor for a whole turn, but it requires 15 accuracy to master. And very few characters can get that, meaning it's very much a niche kind of skill. It's useful, but it's not feasible for a lot of characters to get. Cost prohibitive even. So you see that really nice thing, Pinning Shot and Frostbite, and Curse of Rust lasts for another turn because the Warlock was killed. So his spells will last for the whole turn, not be reset, because the program is looking for the character to be alive to cancel his spells. Can he kill him? No, he cannot. Barely. It's gonna be very interesting to see what happens here with Aldramis Lionheart going down, because that is the idol of Valentin. Might as well use an insult here too. So that was plus 10 initiative boost, I think. 35. What does Eric Schutzmann have? Staggering Blow is interesting. But I think he was in a single parry stance, right? maybe not open with that. 36, and it's gonna be jumped up to 35, so he's still one below if he wants to go below here. But it's also nice to get a staggering blow off somehow, because if he can, then he might give the Templar 2 turns in a row too. Should probably open with a basic attack here because of the parry. Does not, and misses. Alright. Yeah, he's checking it out. If he can just land one of these staggering blows, it should be more or less enough. And there is the parry. Does he want to kill off the Witch Hunter Captain? I think he can do that. Alright, Aldremis Leonard is gone. That's the third hero of Valentin that has been removed, and as well as the idol, you can see that the Company of Zealots has lost this idol, minus 60 morale. 2% chance. It's gonna take some fire damage if he wants to go through here. It's not a bad decision to try and clear out the marksman. So that's 5 red pills used. And another attack, and he gets off Sigmund Krieger. So that means that this marksman is cleared.
A new round has started.
I'm gonna see, is it going to be the captain here? Wow, does absolutely maximum damage that it can do without doing it on a critical. Speeding up the demise here of Ingomar Biswang, gonna reduce the morale quite significantly as well for Abbadon, and we're gonna have a big fight here. Abbadon still feels like he is in the lead. He does have the momentum. He does have a lot of the fights going down for him as well. But his problem right now is that while he does have the idol here, he can pick it up. It's right in front of his captain and deliver that. He still needs to get his own idol back to the wagon, and that seems to be a difficult task because Ingomar Biswang is very much pinned down, and he's probably going to die if he's left like that. Seems like you could have done that much more efficiently, couldn't you? No, it's a good idea. It's a very good idea. If he can kill off Demon Slayer here, he can just disengage with the marksman and get to the position where he wants him to be. Alright, he's not picking up the idol. Is it possible that he has forgotten that he has... No, okay. But he needs to pick it up with someone, like he can't just keep doing this. I mean, Valentin might get a unit here that's gonna free him up. And also he needs to keep track here of the morale, the warman morale, the total. So the tables have turned. It's not going to be an all alone check right now because he's using ranged weapons on the marksman. So let's see, what kind of units does he have that... Okay, so he has the young blood. Who is picking up the idol, most likely, of Valentin. Alright, so he's getting there, but how can he get his own idol back? And can Valentin, can he prevent this in some way? I'm trying to think here, does he have any units that are not engaged right now? Yeah, there would be that 16 wounds Zealot. That's the only character he has that can actually move about. That's not pinned down. Because all the other characters are, right? Yeah, they are. Like Richard the Mad here, he cannot disengage. He's right up against the wall. Which inspired his captain to do the same. Yeah, it's possible if he does more or less maximum damage here, he can definitely do it. 25 starting off on a bad start here. 29, can he do it now? No, he cannot. 28 here. Right. No maximum damage for you. That is reserved for Valentin. You see it, even this is a losing fight considering the hit chances and the web of steel compared to the normal parry. It's just unfavorable altogether for Valentin here. The parry chance is much higher for the warrior as well. Does he get a counterattack? No, he does not. He's not level 8 yet, he doesn't have 5 red pills. But it's difficult to see what he can do here. Like the champion can start to take some damage. I will never get why he has the firebomb here. Yeah, parry stance doesn't really matter here anyway, so it's fine. This is the only unit he has free, so he could potentially run out now and take back his idol. I think he could reach. I definitely think he could reach. Like if he could go through that building right in front of him here to the more to the right with the champion, then of course he can go through here with Peter the Ever Sad, but oh no, yeah, he's gonna take a chance here, 35%. So, I mean, he could have gotten his idol back. Is this worth it? I mean, really, is it? Even if he manages to kill him, and yes, it's gonna be a dramatic loss of morale here, Valentin can live through it. Abbadon can live through that. And then he has to go and pick up the idol with someone else. I don't like that. I don't like that delay. Yeah, that was lucky. That was lucky. That was lucky. Like, why did he do that? He could just have walked into this fight and denied the all-alone check. Could have been a disaster here for the champion. 60% is very lucky by Abbadon. Very, very lucky. I don't think there is many people that would say that Abbadon is probably going to win this here, but considering the situation and everything. But the question is, can he get the objective? The mercenaries desperately need them. They only have 5 more games each after this, and if they don't get this, they need a lot of objectives left. Need 1 Wordstone Rush, I think 3 Marked for Death and 4 Crush the Will. It's kind of a lot. It's a tall order to get in 5 games each when you're 5 players. 25 games. It's not impossible, but it's not ideal either. Yeah, you should have used Madcaps. What about using Crimson Shade here? I think the only reason he's trying to do this is he's trying to deny space towards the wagon. But remember that you can still walk through the buildings, and I mean you can also just walk through the fire. What is it, 10 damage? It's not that much. There we go, Crimson Shading up. Do a normal attack first here. Yes, ends his turn. What is wrong? Maybe I didn't see it. Maybe he ran out of time there, but yeah, he should have just attacked and then done a staggering. Okay, so this is the character that has the idol. Alright, so he realizes he cannot reach, so he is putting down the idol here, no doubt. Kinda like that. I mean, he's still 2 characters away from routing Valentin here. Oh, 75% chance. Can he do a reload and shoot another time? No, he cannot. What's the second high chance confirmed kill that he missed? First one, of course, being the 85% missed on the frostbite. We had a 87% miss on killing off the normal warrior here for Valentin as well. And now we had that 75% chance miss for a confirmed kill too. The warrior's coming in to help. Minus 16, Peter the Ever Sad. I could have gone to the idol. Instead, I did this. Not saying that going to the idol would have been a better choice either. It might not have been. I still kind of like the move. I mean, he gave himself a shot here to remove that character altogether. Then he couldn't have moved the idol closer in just 1 round either if he got in one of those 2. 35% chances. He tried to prevent the Wolf Priest from moving at least, or at least getting rid of some of his red pills. I should be able to reach it here, right? And with that, he's going to get Crush the Will for the Mercenaries if he can hold it on. I mean, we have had so many fun games in this tournament so far where people have actually managed to get Crush the Will, but then they have somehow lost it at the very last seconds. I keep thinking of the recent game here with Greybush. I think it was against Marlos when he had Crush the Will secured and then somehow managed to lose it in the very last round of the game anyway. Even lost the game, I think. Had the game, had everything. Why do that? Yeah, he has a good magic resistance to start with. Alright, manages to get it through. Is he gonna stand on the wagon here? I think that's a good choice. He has a lot of wounds left remaining. It's time to secure what he has managed to get. He just needs one more kill here for a route test. And that should be it.
A new round
Probably can
has
kill off the
started.
champion here, right? Probably. Let's see. Seem to be stuck. I mean, if he can kill off the champion, but then he won't have enough red pills left over, right? Will he? I don't think so. Oh, no, 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 don't attack, don't attack, don't attack. Yes, one red pill. Oh my god, this is gonna be a counter attack. What happens? Is it gonna kill him? Is it gonna kill him? Yeah, he is. Yeah. Yeah.
Your warband morale is critically low.
That is game, set and match then. That was... yeah, did they have any chance beyond this? I think it's going... I mean, Valentin tried as good as he could, but it was... too many mistakes. Too many mistakes. Yeah, and he's gonna do a voluntary route here. So, congratulations to Abbadon getting the victory and getting Crush the Will for the Mercenaries, going up to level 2. Hope you enjoyed watching this game and we will see more of you in the future. Thank you so much for watching and farewell.